Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Welcome on the Culture News. My name is David Serero, and I have the pleasure today to have over the phone a very, very talented woman. Her name is CARRIE BERK. CARRIE BERK. Let me spell it for you, CARRIE. C-A-R-R-I-E. BERK is B-E-R-K. She is a wonderful actress, author, and influencer. And of course, the name might ring a bell to you because she's very, very popular about this wonderful application, which I must say I've been simply become a drug addict of that application. It's called TikTok. And we talked a lot about it because the president wants to ban it in the U.S. There is that possible purchase by Microsoft. So it's a really, really interesting subject. And let me tell you, CARRIE is definitely the person that you want to talk to about TikTok. My dear CARRIE, how are you today?
Hi, I'm great. Thanks so much for having me on.
It's really a pleasure and a privilege for having you. Really, really thank you so much for being with us today. So the first question, before we start to talk about TikTok, can you tell us where are you from and what brought you to become first an actress, an author, and then later to get so much influence on, being such an influencer on all these great social platforms?
Yeah, so I'm from New York City, and I really started out as an author when I was 8 years old. I came up with the concept for my first book series, The Cupcake Club, about these 4 girls who start a cupcake club at their school, not just as an activity, but to combat bullying, because bullying is something that I faced, especially in elementary school and middle school and high school. It's something that I still face to this day. And one day we were actually on a Disney cruise, and we found out that we had 3 publishers who were interested in not just having it as one book, but as a 12-book series. And that's really where my whole writing career kicked off. In terms of acting, I had always loved to act. I did 2 off-Broadway shows when I was about 12, and I kind of took a break from acting for a bit. When I launched my blog, CARRIE Chronicles, I really wanted to return to writing. But when the opportunity arose this past year to be on Brat TV's Stage Fright, I really wanted to take the chance. I mean, I didn't want to place myself in a single box and say, I can only do writing or I can only do acting. I just thought, why not experiment in all of the above? So being on Brat Stage Fright was an amazing experience for me. And around that same time, a few months before, I had started my TikTok account. I was on a tour called Boys of Summer with a bunch of big TikTok influencers, and it was to promote my book. I was on the tour to promote my book, but they were all wondering, why don't you have a TikTok account? We all have one. You should start one. So I said, why not? And I started it, and it really didn't go anywhere until around the time that Stage Fright came out, and that's really when my TikTok started to take off, and I found my niche. I did how-tos, I did tutorials. So all of those, I really had to find my niche in TikTok, and once I found what was doing best on my account, that's when I really started to see some growth.
And so congratulations. So you started your first book, you said at 7, 8 years old? Is that what you said?
Yep, 8 years old.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what took you so long before you started to write your first book? I'm just kidding. No, it's beautiful that what I love is young people such as yourself who know exactly what they want, who have already a mindset of where they want to go. I think this is so beautiful. And this is a gift on its own. You know what I mean? It's a gift on its own to know what you want to do. It's very beautiful what you said about bullying. But, people, most of the time, for all the bullied people in the world, most of the time it comes from jealousy, when people bully you.
Right.
So, so people should look at themselves first. At least you're doing something, not only you're doing it, but you're very, very successful at it. So, really, really congratulations. So, now I want to talk more about the TikTok thing. So you would say that on TikTok, you met a new audience there, or it's sort of the audience that you had from your blog, from your books, who met you again on TikTok? Who is, you believe, your audience on TikTok?
So I'd always been relatively big on Instagram. I got verified on Instagram about 2 years ago, so I already had a presence on Instagram, and I had a smaller fan base because of my books. But when I got onto TikTok, I reached a whole new audience of people who love my tutorials. I did a few dance videos that people seem to really like, my fitness videos. So I think TikTok, definitely that audience is carried over from Instagram and from my books, but I've been able to reach such a large audience on TikTok. And that's really the great thing about the app, is that you have this For You page, which is an endless feed of videos that people can explore around the world. And my videos are often on the For You page. So when people see my videos, then I get exposed to, a large audience, not just, the 400K that follow me on Instagram, but potentially millions.
Oh yeah, definitely. And people, I check, of course, your Instagram, and people really love you. It's nice really to see how I've always been impressed by that, even though, it's part of my job, but how one person can bring so much happiness to others, and this is what you are doing. I have the lovely CARRIE BERK over the phone. She's absolutely wonderful. So I must say that really TikTok got a big expansion thanks to the quarantine, because people were at home, and indeed they watch it more. They spend more time on social media. Of course, TikTok was big before, but I think the quarantine definitely helped. Do you think that TikTok created, I would say, its own creativity? Like, before you have, this is a YouTube style or vlog style, or this is a story material for Instagram, and now it's like, it's TikTok material. There was Vine at some point, but it didn't work so long, not as strong as TikTok, that really created a new genre of video with their own challenge and funny. Do you think that this is what TikTok, I would say, created the most, is to create a new genre? This is why it is so powerful, or if not, why is it so powerful?
I think what's so special about TikTok is the amount of diversity you'll find on the app. You won't just find dancers. It'll be dancers, singers, comedians, people doing DIYs, how-tos, tutorials. There are literally endless possibilities on TikTok to explore. Whereas on Instagram, people often find themselves placed in a box or stereotype where, this one person is a food blogger, this one person is a fitness blogger. Whereas on TikTok, you could be anything you want. You could be all in one. I do dance videos and tutorials, and then the next day you'll see me posting, I do singing sometimes on it. You never know what you'll get on TikTok, and I think that's definitely one of the reasons why it's so special and why it should stick around. And just to add on to that, I think something that's different about TikTok that you won't find on any social platform is that every single day you'll find that there are new hashtags popping up that people can contribute to and put their own spin on. So, for example, hashtag beauty essentials, you'll have one person showing a face mask and then another person showing a new lip balm. You never know what you're going to get, and anyone can contribute to the hashtag and have a chance to go viral and be featured for that hashtag.
That's really wonderful. You have now ladies on Instagram, and we call them Instagram models. It even became part of the culture. Do you think that there would be some TikTok comedians, TikTok actors also?
I think what makes TikTok different from, those Instagram models you talk about is that TikTok really shows an unfiltered side to yourself. Whereas on Instagram, I like using, filters from Adobe Lightroom so I can curate this aesthetically pleasing feed. Whereas on TikTok, you don't really show that. It's more behind the scenes. I'm not afraid to post something without makeup on TikTok.
You're so right. You know what? I never thought about that. You're so right. It's true, because I've seen a lot of videos on TikTok, and it's people filming themselves chilling on their sofa, no makeup, with a piece of chicken in the hand and saying something funny. You know what I mean? I don't think I will ever see that on Instagram. It's more posed, type of photos or material. So we started to see a lot of new creativity, new challenge on TikTok that are very, very interesting. How do you explain that someone has an idea of something? I saw that challenge where the girl called, said, "Dad or Mom, I said I was running in the car very fast because I said that you had an accident, that you fell off the stairs, and now the police car is behind me and they want to be sure that you're okay. So can you please pretend that, you're on the floor?" Do you know that type of challenge?
No, I have not seen that one.
Oh yeah, no, it's very funny. And so they arrive and they film the dad falsely, laying down on the floor. My back hurts, and this is some sort of a challenge, or they use, the soundtrack of the movie, and they act it, they reenact it in funny ways. So how do you explain that someone can one day wake up with that sort of challenge or that sort of idea and makes it something viral that other people want to do their own version of it?
Right. I mean, you never know what's going to go viral on TikTok. I made this challenge a pretty long time ago now, probably about 2 months ago, where it was a fitness challenge, and it was how to get a toned stomach and abs in 10 days. And it's this weird ab exercise where you lay on the ground and you have your feet in front of you, you're turned inwards, and your hands extended behind you, palms facing down. And you lay there for 5 minutes, and supposedly in 10 days, your stomach is supposed to be flatter. So it was this weird idea. It was a Japanese ab exercise that I read about online, and I just thought the concept was so crazy, so I decided to share it with my followers. And I had no idea it was going to blow up. I literally stepped away from my phone, and I woke up the following morning, and it had 1.6 million views, and right now it's up to 8.2 million views.
Wow.
So
good
it blew
for
up
you.
like crazy. I mean, you never know what's going to blow up on TikTok. And I think what makes a video blow up, part of the algorithm on TikTok, is that when people share your video, or basically sharing, the main forms of getting your video on the For You page. So whenever I see my videos blowing up, I ask a friend, "Hey, how many shares does this have?" And if there's a lot of shares, I say, "Oh, there you go. That's why it's blowing up."
Wow. Now, in one thing really that I see on TikTok is it's funny. I mean, it's very, very funny. Like even like videos with the dogs. The dog doesn't want to talk to the owner, or the dog is laying down in the bed like a star.
Right. I mean, it's funny. There's lots of comedic content on TikTok, but the amazing thing is that there's also serious content as well. There have been trending hashtags. I think Pray for Lebanon was one of them. You had a Black Lives Matter hashtag that you can contribute to. So you can get all ends of the spectrum on TikTok, and I think that's also one of the things that makes it so incredible, is diversity in that manner.
Well, you are absolutely right. So now we spoke a lot about TikTok not a long time ago, because the President of the United States wants to ban TikTok in the U.S., and there is that potential buyout by Microsoft. And I think there is a date, something like September 20th, that I think that was the deadline that the president put to be bought out. Why do you think the president is so much interested about having it banned in the? I mean, I'm not making any critics against the president, but it's a question: why would he want to have it banned?
Well, without making too much of a political statement, I think he wants, the U.S. to profit more from the app, and in doing so, he wants it to be owned by the U.S. He wants it in Microsoft's hands instead. So I think that's one of the main reasons why he wants it banned. It's if Microsoft doesn't want to buy it, then he feels like he has no choice but to ban it. And as I've said, TikTok is such a special app, and I think that raising awareness like this is really one of the best ways to show the president that how special this app is to kids. It hasn't only been, just an activity for quarantine. It's been like a lifeline for some kids out here who've been sitting at home and sad about not seeing their friends. I mean, it could take a serious toll on your emotional and mental well-being. So I think that TikTok is something that has been almost a source of therapy for kids over the past few months, and it would really be a shame if that was taken away, especially amid the pandemic.
No, you're right. No, but also, the advertising, the money of all the advertising, they want the company to pay taxes in the U.S., which, we cannot bring in for that. But I hope that, I'm pretty sure Microsoft is gonna buy it. I'm pretty sure about that, because they always wanted to have social media platform. They tried to buy Facebook back in the days, when it just started, and they made an offer, I think, a couple of billions, which at that time was crazy. Nobody ever paid $1 billion, and it was for, if I remember correctly, that was like barely 10% of the company, and Zuckerberg said no. So that just tells you the ambition that this guy had. You say no to Microsoft,
crossed.
like, wow.
Fingers crossed. We don't know, what are they waiting for? We have, I think, 25 days left until it potentially gets banned. It's like a ticking time bomb at this point.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to get there. Otherwise, you and I, we're going to partner, we're going to buy it, Hopefully. We're going to have to sell a few clothes, I think, to buy it, and shoes, everything, So, my dear Carrie, it is such a pleasure having you over the phone. The good thing with people like you is that we never see the time going, so it's such a pleasure to have you. I want really everybody to go to follow you on TikTok. It's CARRIE BERK. Can you tell me your handle? I want to be sure I don't say any mistakes. Yeah.
So my TikTok and my Instagram are both at CARRIE BERK with an extra K at the end. So CARRIE BERKK. And you can also check out my website, www.carrieschronicles.com, and go watch my TV show on Brat TV, Stage Fright.
Well, definitely, we will be following you. We love what you're doing. We say hello to our dear friend Jordana Levine. And I want you to know, my dear Carrie, this is your show. This is your home. You have the keys. You just call me, and we will always talk about all the wonderful things and wonderful achievements that you are doing. I wish you really nothing but the very, very best. Ladies and gentlemen, anytime, my dear. My name is David Serero. I had the pleasure to have it on iHeartRadio and other platforms. The very talented CARRIE BERK. CARRIE BERK, she's a wonderful actress, influencer, creator, author, and she's huge on TikTok. So please follow her. She's absolutely wonderful. We say hello to our friend Jordana Levine. More music now to come up on iHeartRadio. It's such a beautiful day today in New York City. Stay tuned for more music.